Morning. It's the first weekend in September. I'll take a quick look at the garden here. Give you the overview first, just so we can see how everything looks. I still can't believe that these squash are still just growing like crazy. I don't know. I'm happy that the squash bugs haven't won, but it's just unusual. Alright, let's get started. So, with the tomatillo here, I'm very excited to say we've got a good harvest. I picked some last night of the ones that were ready. Some of them were on the ground. But right here you can see that the skin is split, a little papery part split open, and you can see the inside, and that's what I'm taking as the I'm done pick me. They do eventually turn a little bit yellow. The husk does, but I think that they're fine to pick in that area. So they definitely seem ready. I picked probably almost a gallon. It was about halfway up my little 2-gallon bucket last night, and I was just picking all the ones. There's a few on the ground, and then a whole bunch that were just up there in this condition like this, where they're split open. And so exciting. Gave some away, and I'm gonna hopefully make a little sauce with them later. Our aromas still haven't quite, they're still kind of very unusual. So this one you can see is mostly all scrunched up and whatnot. I still can't believe this guy. This volunteer is just fantastic. But our other aroma, those leaves and stuff are still just, curled up, closed up. But then they put off some new offshoots. This one has. All of them except that one really hasn't done much. There are a few flowers over there, but in here we can see some new growth and some new growth here. So hopefully they'll recover. We haven't had much, if any, aromas in the past few weeks, but that's fine. We got a ton out of them, so we'll be okay there. And when we go around to the back here, we can see our red okra, and there they are starting. Oh, there is an okra right there, red okra. I didn't even see that. We'll have to come get that guy right there. So that's fantastic. Oh, one over there too. All right, and here's our gourd. That's the what do they call this one? The birdhouse gourd. This bean is trying to catch a ride here, so I'm gonna try and get rid of him. Man, these guys do not want to give up. Okay, so I'm trying to get these guys to go in the fence here and stay in the thing instead of trying to fall off and stuff. So, oh my goodness, what is that? I was going to point this out, and there's a caterpillar thing right there going into it. Little turd. Right there. That was trying to eat its way into my gourd. So, I can't see him anymore. So that was a little caterpillar going right into the gourd. Lame. I didn't even know we have any predators already. Man, it's the first time I've ever grown this thing. Anyway, sorry there, got distracted, but I was going to show you this nice little female flower. You can see right here, you can see the flower that's drying up here. There's the male flowers and the female flower, because the female flower has a little ovary. That one was fertilized and was growing, but we'll see if it's going to make it. So I haven't really been able to see much because of this sea of beans here. So once again, next year I definitely have to get in there and cut them back when they hit the top, because they'll keep growing and growing over. We can see here, just on the end, we finally have some green beans. We might have some green beans under there, just can't see them. So, as I recall, these plants were like that anyway. They basically didn't produce until much later in the season. So here it is, September, just now getting green beans. But anyway, happy to have them. I just have to figure out how to get in there to accurately get them. All right, so we've got our green beans are the vines are very prolific. We just need to make sure that they stay on task and don't be messing with any other plants. Anyway, I have to figure out, like I said, oh, there we go. There's some more right there. So, yeah, all right. So, anywho, our green beans are starting to produce. The vines are still out here. We can see that the these red runner beans, scarlet runner beans, have came over. They're planted about 2 feet the other way, so they're doing very well, growing very prolifically as well here. These things love to stick to anything, especially my clothing. But yeah, we've got scarlet runner beans all mixed in here, which is fantastic. I'm really happy about them. I'm just happy to see them grow, since they did not do so well last year. And I am even happier with these guys. The purple, they're a hyacinth bean. Did not see any growth whatsoever last year. We only planted them in one spot, and that spot did not turn out to be a good spot. And now, not only do we have all these beautiful flowers, which I've shown you for the past couple weeks, but we now have the beans. And I'll show you better when we get on the inside, because, oh, wait a minute, I guess we can see some here. Oh, there's one right there. So they're flat, they're very purple. And if I recall, as far as growing them to eat, you can take the flat bean pods and eat them. But after that, if they start to form up, the beans, you're not supposed to eat them because they can be have some sort of a toxin in them. So I'm just going to grow them this year for seed, and just to see if they do. So maybe eat a couple of the bean pods, but I'll have to look into that. Now, I haven't seen any of the scarlet runner bean pods. Lots of those beautiful flowers, but nothing. But I have seen these, so I'm very, very excited about that. And you can see there's a bunch there. And then over here, so we just have the clusters. But here we can see a bunch of the bean pods, which is, they're very striking, dark purple and whatnot. So I'm just happy that they're growing and think they're so beautiful. So, like I said, we'll probably just grow them for seed for next year at this point. And then our tomatoes in the back wall here, you can see we still have our wall of tomatoes, and then our 4 paste type tomatoes, which are making a comeback here, putting out some more good fruit. You can see some fruit forming there. These 2 are not doing quite so hot, but are putting out. Oh no, never mind. That's not new growth. That's your neighbor's new growth. This yellow pear has done fantastic, and I'm just helping it grow over here, keep going. So the paste tomatoes are making somewhat of a comeback, at least staying steady and not, having any more of the curling up leaves and stuff. So happy about that. I picked a bunch of the tomatoes, the yellow pear last night, and then a bunch of the Juliet here, and you can see they're kind of all mixed up, which is totally fine as long as they're producing and healthy. I'm a happy man. And then the San Marzano, pick some of those. They have the long shape here like a mini Roma, and they're doing pretty good too. So, and like I didn't go in and top anything off this week yet, but anyway, they're doing fantastic. Our asparagus, you can see our ladybug haven, just probably over 100 ladybugs in residence there. Very excited about all that. So all of our good bugs live in there, so they can come and eat all these stupid aphids. So still getting all the squashes. Still can't believe they're producing, but they all are. There's a zucchini in there. I picked a couple of the scallop squash yesterday. Our eggplant are starting to rebound. I've seen for the first time the thing start to come alive and put a little yellow finger. We've got a pepper here on that one. And then some little peppers over there. So things are finally starting to come back now that we've hit the late August cool down, and now we're going to hit an even cooler. It's supposed to be like in the mid 70s this week, instead of the 90s and mid 80s. So here's those beans again. Beautiful, beautiful beans. These are actually two different varieties. I don't know that I can even really tell much of a difference, but one of them is Moon Shadow, I believe, and one of them is Asian Red. And then maybe we can tell a difference, maybe not. Those look a little darker right there than these guys, but these actually could be from the same plant. I can't tell. It's kind of difficult because they grow together so well, but you can see them there. They're just very striking, very interesting, and unique. And you can see them all there, and that's what all those flowers hopefully will turn into. So, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff indeed. Then we harvested all the corn, just the stalks now. We can pull those out whenever. So we're pretty happy with that. The corn was fairly productive. And so, I should go down this one here. So we can see the soybeans are filling out, the very few that we have. So I'm happy about that. You can see there's one of our ladybugs right there, and all the thousands of aphids all over these things. So hope those ladybugs will go and they'll eat hundreds of those aphids a day, I believe. So they have plenty of stuff to eat. So with our mariachi ones, they're finally starting to turn. This one's a nice red. This one's turning a nice orange there. So I'm very excited about that. And then our poblano peppers are turning like red, and I didn't know that they would do that. Maybe it's all the other peppers being in this area and they're getting influenced, but I don't know. And also these big gem ones, those ones are turning red right there. There's a big long one there. You can see them all over. They are also turning red, and some are orange. So we'll have to see how that works out. And we can see there's a big chocolate bell forming again. So hopefully it'll try again. And now with the less intense sun of the fall, we might actually get a pepper make it all the way. We will see. So anyway, our banana peppers are coming back a little bit. It's taken them some time here, especially with this giant marigold. So yes, very exciting. And we can see here once again our female flowers from the bottleneck gourd, and we can see some more green beans in there, up in there and over there. This can be a little tricky to get to, but anyway, so very productive, very excited about stuff. Things are actually doing, some things are doing better now that the heat's kind of slacked off a bit. Plants are starting to bounce back, so looking forward to many more happy harvests. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.